My beloved child, before this message reaches its ending, you may begin looking at your own life differently. There is a connection surrounding your path that has remained hidden for far longer than you realize. It has watched your growth without demanding your attention. It has admired your kindness without asking for recognition. And now, the moment that has been quietly forming is moving closer than ever before. The most surprising part is not that someone is preparing to step toward you. It is who they are. This soulmate carries a heart that feels older than their years, yet their age is younger than yours. That single detail has made them hesitate countless times. They have wondered whether you would smile, walk away, or never believe their feelings were real. But despite every fear, their heart keeps choosing you. They have tried convincing themselves to forget you, yet every attempt has only strengthened the invisible thread connecting both of your lives. Stay until the end, because what happens next is something very few people ever experience, and the reason behind this unexpected bond will completely change the way you see your own future. Something extraordinary has already begun without you noticing. While you have been focused on your own responsibilities, your soulmate has been collecting silent moments connected to you. A small memory. A familiar place. A conversation that lasted only minutes but stayed inside their heart for months. They remember details you have completely forgotten. The sound of your laughter. The calmness in your voice. The kindness you showed without expecting anything in return. Those moments became treasures they refused to let disappear. They often wondered why someone older than them could make their heart feel so peaceful. Age stopped meaning anything the moment they realized your soul carried the comfort they had searched for everywhere else. That realization frightened them because they knew many people might question such feelings. Yet every passing day only made them more certain that this connection was unlike anything they had ever known. Don't skip, because the next truth is even more unexpected. There is another secret your soulmate has never shared with anyone. They have imagined the moment they finally stand in front of you more times than they can count. Not because they enjoy dreaming, but because every version ends with the same question echoing inside their heart. Will you believe them? They know the first thing you may notice is the difference in age. They know people often judge what they do not understand. But your soulmate is no longer measuring love through numbers or opinions. They measure it through peace, loyalty, trust, and the strange feeling that your paths were meant to cross long before either of you understood why. Every coincidence that brought you closer felt too perfect to ignore. Every unexpected encounter seemed to whisper that timing was preparing something much bigger. They are waiting for one final sign before revealing everything they have kept hidden. Something huge is waiting for you, and that sign may arrive sooner than anyone expects. The most powerful part of this story has not happened yet. At this very moment, your soulmate is standing at the edge of the biggest decision they have ever faced. They know one conversation could change both of your lives forever. They are rehearsing words that never seem perfect enough because ordinary sentences cannot describe extraordinary feelings. They are searching for the courage to step beyond fear and simply tell you what has been growing inside their heart for so long. They no longer want to hide behind silence. They no longer want to wonder what could have been. Their greatest hope is that when the moment finally arrives, you will look beyond appearances and recognize the sincerity that has been waiting patiently for you. Because the proposal they are preparing is not built on impulse, it is built on countless quiet moments that convince them you are the person they have been searching for all along. And what finally gives them the courage to take that unforgettable step will be revealed next. A quiet shift is already taking place behind the scenes, even though you cannot see it yet. Your soulmate has reached a point where keeping these feelings hidden hurts more than the possibility of rejection. Every sunrise brings them the same thought, and every night ends with the same promise to themselves: soon. They have written messages they never sent. They have practiced conversations that never happened. More than once, they stood just one decision away from telling you everything, only to stop because they wanted the timing to be unforgettable. They believe that when they finally confess, it should not feel rushed or ordinary. It should feel like a moment both hearts remember forever. That is why they have been waiting so patiently. But patience has limits, and theirs is slowly coming to an end. Stay till the end. Because the reason they have waited this long is far more emotional than you imagine. There is someone who accidentally discovered a small part of this secret. A close friend noticed the way your soulmate's expression changes whenever your name appears in a conversation. They noticed the smile that could never be hidden and the silence that always followed. At first, they believed it was only admiration. Later, they realized it was much deeper. That friend asked the difficult question your soulmate had been avoiding for so long. Are you really going to tell them? The answer came after a long pause. Yes, even if my hands shake. Those simple words carried months of uncertainty. Your soulmate knows people may focus on the age difference before they notice the love behind it, but they have already made peace with that possibility. They would rather speak honestly once than spend years wondering what might have happened if they had remained silent. Don't skip, because the next decision they make will surprise everyone around them. Every detail of the proposal has begun forming inside their imagination. Not because they want something grand, but because they want something unforgettable. They imagine looking into your eyes without fear for the very first time. They imagine saying the words they have protected inside their heart for so long. They imagine the silence that follows, the few seconds that will feel longer than an entire lifetime. Those seconds will determine everything. Yet strangely, they are no longer afraid of hearing an answer. What truly frightened them was never trying at all. That fear has disappeared. In its place is a quiet confidence they have never felt before. Something inside them keeps whispering that destiny does not bring two souls together only to separate them at the final moment. Something huge is waiting for you, and every passing day is bringing that moment closer. Before this chapter ends, one final truth must be revealed. Your soulmate is no longer asking whether they are brave enough to propose. That question has already been answered. The only thing they are waiting for now is a single opportunity where nothing interrupts the moment. No distractions. No rush. No crowd. Just two hearts standing face to face with nothing left to hide. They have decided that when that opportunity appears, they will not let it pass, no matter how nervous they feel. The words they have carried for so long will finally leave their heart, and once they are spoken, neither of your lives will ever feel the same again. What happens in the moments leading up to that life-changing confession is something neither of you could have predicted, and that unbelievable twist is about to unfold next. Everything becomes more intense from this point forward because your soulmate has started noticing signs they can no longer ignore. Every unexpected meeting, every familiar place, every coincidence feels connected to one invisible story that keeps pulling them closer to you. At first, they dismissed these moments as chance. Then they happened again. And again. Eventually, they stopped calling them coincidences and started calling them reminders. Reminders that some connections refuse to disappear, no matter how much time passes. Your soulmate has reached the point where pretending to feel nothing is no longer possible. They smile when they think about your future together, then suddenly become quiet because one question returns every single time. What if today is the day everything changes? That question follows them everywhere. Stay till the end, because the answer is much closer than anyone realizes. There is something your soulmate has never admitted aloud. They admire the strength you have built through your experiences. While others only notice your age, they notice your wisdom, your patience, and the calm way you face life's challenges. Those qualities have become the reason they fell so deeply for you. They have never wanted someone who simply impressed the world. They wanted someone who made them feel safe, understood, and accepted without pretending to be someone else. Every time they imagine building a future, your face is the first image that appears. Every dream begins with uncertainty but ends with hope. They no longer believe this connection happened by accident. They believe it arrived exactly when both hearts were ready to recognize its value. Don't skip. Because the next realization changes everything. Your soulmate has secretly begun preparing for the conversation they once feared the most. They have chosen the words carefully, changing them over and over because nothing feels powerful enough to express what has grown inside their heart. They don't want their confession to sound dramatic or rehearsed. They simply want it to be honest. Honest enough that, when you hear it, you can feel every moment they spent waiting. They imagine taking a deep breath before speaking, their heartbeat racing faster than ever before. For a brief second, the entire world seems to disappear. There are no strangers, no opinions, no doubts, only two souls standing in front of one another. That is the moment they have been protecting in their imagination for so long. Something huge is waiting for you, because once those words are spoken, nothing will ever return to the way it was. And then comes the unexpected twist that even your soulmate never saw coming. Just as they gather the courage to move forward, they discover one final piece of information about you that strengthens their feelings instead of weakening them. Instead of making them hesitate, it convinces them they have been right all along. The age difference no longer feels like an obstacle. It becomes proof that love is measured by understanding, loyalty, and the peace two hearts bring each other, not by numbers. That realization gives them a confidence they have never felt before. They stop waiting for the perfect day because they finally understand that perfect moments are created by courage, not by timing. And as they take the first real step toward you, another secret begins to unfold, one that will make the proposal far more unforgettable than either of you could have imagined. The day your soulmate has imagined for so long is no longer a distant dream. It is beginning to feel real. They wake up with a different kind of excitement, one that refuses to fade no matter how busy life becomes. Every ordinary moment suddenly feels connected to the future they hope to build with you. They no longer ask themselves if they should confess. Instead, they ask how they can make that moment worthy of everything they have carried inside their heart. They picture your expression when you realize every quiet glance, every thoughtful gesture, and every unexpected coincidence had been leading to this single conversation. They know your first reaction may not be what they expect, but they are ready for that. The only thing they cannot accept anymore is allowing fear to steal the opportunity they have waited for. Stay till the end, because the final preparation they make before seeing you is unlike anything you would imagine. There is one object your soulmate keeps returning to again and again. It could be a handwritten note, a meaningful gift, or a simple keepsake connected to a memory of you. To anyone else, it looks ordinary. But to them, it represents the exact moment they realized their feelings had become impossible to hide. They hold it in their hands whenever doubt tries to return, reminding themselves why they chose this path in the first place. Every time they look at it, their courage grows a little stronger. They quietly promise themselves that when they finally stand before you, nothing will remain unspoken. No more unfinished thoughts. No more hidden emotions. Only complete honesty. Don't skip, because someone unexpected is about to notice what has been happening, and that discovery will push everything forward much sooner than planned. As the hours pass, the excitement becomes impossible to contain. Your soulmate begins paying attention to every small detail, wanting everything to feel genuine rather than perfect. They are not trying to impress you with grand gestures. They are hoping to touch your heart with sincerity. They believe the strongest words are often the simplest ones, spoken with complete truth. Deep inside, they already know one thing for certain: whether the world understands their choice or not, they are done hiding the love they feel. The age difference has become the smallest part of the story. What matters now is the bond they believe the two of you have been building without even realizing it. Something huge is waiting for you, because the moment your soulmate finally reaches you, another revelation will completely reshape the conversation before the proposal can even begin. One final surprise remains hidden. Just before your soulmate gathers enough courage to speak, they discover that you have unknowingly left behind a clue, a small action, a simple word, or a quiet kindness, that gives them hope they never expected to receive. It isn't a promise, yet it feels like encouragement. It isn't a confession, yet it feels like an invitation to stop being afraid. For the first time in a very long while, every doubt disappears. Their heartbeat steadies, their mind becomes clear, and they realize this is the opportunity they have been waiting for all along. They take a deep breath, step forward with complete confidence, and prepare to reveal the truth they have protected for so long. But the very first words that leave their lips are not the proposal itself. They are a confession so unexpected that it changes the entire meaning of everything you thought you knew about this extraordinary soulmate connection. The distance between silence and truth has finally disappeared. Your soulmate stands before you with a calmness that surprises even them. For so long, they imagined this moment would fill them with fear, but something unexpected has happened. The closer they come to you, the lighter their heart becomes. It feels as though every unanswered question, every restless night, and every hidden emotion has been preparing them for this exact second. They look into your eyes and realize they are no longer trying to prove anything. They are simply ready to reveal the truth they have carried for so long. The first words they speak are not about marriage or promises. Instead, they quietly admit that meeting you changed the direction of their life in ways they never thought possible. Stay till the end, because what follows is the part they never planned to say, yet it becomes the most unforgettable confession of all. Your soulmate tells you that they tried to convince themselves this connection could never work because you were older. They searched for reasons to walk away. They focused on the opinions of others. They even tried avoiding places where they thought they might see you. But every attempt only brought them back to the same conclusion. The peace they felt around you could not be replaced. The respect they had for you only continued to grow. They realized that real love is not measured by age but by the way two hearts inspire one another to become better. That realization changed everything. It gave them the courage to stop running from their own feelings. Don't skip, because the next words they speak are the ones they have rehearsed in their heart hundreds of times. With a gentle smile, they tell you that every dream about the future somehow included you. Not because they forced those dreams, but because your presence became impossible to imagine living without. They speak honestly about the admiration they have kept hidden, the gratitude they feel for every simple conversation, and the hope that one day the two of you could build memories together instead of only imagining them. There is no pressure in their voice, only sincerity. They are not asking for an immediate answer. They are asking you to understand the depth of a love that remained patient through every season of uncertainty. Something huge is waiting for you, because just as they prepare to ask the question that has lived inside their heart for so long, an unexpected moment interrupts everything in the most beautiful way. Before the proposal can even be spoken, they notice something in your expression that fills them with hope. It is not a dramatic reaction. It is a quiet warmth, a peaceful smile, and a look that tells them their honesty has reached your heart. In that instant, every fear they carried disappears. They finally understand that the greatest victory was never about hearing a single answer. It was about finding the courage to be completely real with the person they cherish most. With renewed confidence, they take one final step closer, knowing the next words they speak will become the beginning of an entirely new chapter. And the proposal itself, along with the extraordinary reason they chose you above everyone else, is finally about to be revealed. The air feels different now. The silence between you and your soulmate is no longer filled with uncertainty, it is filled with anticipation. Every heartbeat seems louder than the last, as though time itself has slowed down to witness what is about to happen. Your soulmate has reached the point where turning back is no longer possible. They have hidden their feelings long enough. They have questioned themselves long enough. And now, standing only a few steps away from you, they realize that this single moment is worth every sleepless night they endured. They are not thinking about what anyone else might say. They are thinking only about the person standing in front of them. You. Stay till the end. Because the truth they reveal next has been locked inside their heart since the very first day they realized they were falling in love. With complete honesty, your soulmate begins sharing memories you never knew they carried. They remember the smallest details that seemed ordinary to you but became unforgettable to them. A simple smile that brightened a difficult day. A few encouraging words that arrived exactly when they needed hope. A moment of kindness you probably forgot within minutes, yet they remembered for months. Those little moments slowly built something neither of you could see at the time. They became the foundation of a love that never demanded attention but quietly grew stronger every single day. Your soulmate finally understands that true love is never created in one dramatic moment. It is built through countless small moments that slowly become impossible to replace. Don't skip, because the next confession is the one they promised themselves they would never hide again. Taking one steady breath, they admit the truth they once feared most. Yes, I am younger than you. But every time I imagined my future, it was your kindness, your wisdom, and your heart that stood beside me. Those words leave their lips with complete confidence because they are no longer apologizing for what they feel. They have accepted that love cannot be measured by numbers. It is measured by loyalty, trust, respect, and the peace two people bring into each other's lives. The age difference that once frightened them has become the very reason they admire your strength even more. They are no longer asking whether this connection makes sense to the world. They are asking only whether it feels true to the two hearts living inside this moment. Something huge is waiting for you, because after this confession, there is only one sentence left for them to speak. Your soulmate gently reaches into their pocket and holds something they have carried for far longer than anyone realizes. It is not valuable because of what it costs. It is valuable because of the promise attached to it. They look into your eyes with complete sincerity, knowing there is no reason to hide anymore. Every fear has disappeared. Every doubt has faded. Their heart is finally free. They take one small step closer, smile with quiet confidence, and prepare to ask the life-changing question they have dreamed about for so long. But before those unforgettable words leave their lips, something completely unexpected happens. And that final twist will determine whether this extraordinary soulmate story becomes